What's up? Back with another one. In this clip, we break down Marc Lamont Hill pressing Joe Budden on Trump, politics, loyalty, and the moments when staying silent becomes a problem. Let's dive into it and see what went down.
Just talking about with this industry relationship, I'm just thinking about what you're saying.
Sure, please.
I'm really struggling with Stephen A. Smith.
Okay.
He gave a commentary yesterday about Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, who's out in Davos right now, criticizing Donald Trump apparently. And Stephen A. goes on this rant of like, I don't care who you are, you don't criticize our president, it's America first. And he's really becoming this right-wing person to me, and saying a lot to make a lot of people happy and to make a whole lot of people unhappy. Point being, that's my man. You know what I mean? He's looked out for me before. It's an industry relationship, and I always have gone at him, but it's beyond the industry relationship. You know what I mean? I've gone out of my way to not criticize him, to not do that thing that we're talking about. Mm-hmm. But it's hard. It's getting, when is there a point where somebody does enough that you go across that line where you say, you know what, I know I got this rule about friends and relationships, but you done went too far.
Well, if a person's going that far, do you still even look at them as like, if it's something you totally are against because you're strong in your beliefs and stuff, if he's doing something way on the other side, can you even look at the friendship still the same way?
That's a great point. That's a great point. My general rule, because it doesn't happen that often that people go that far away if we're friends, is I just don't say anything. I just pretend they don't exist. But it gets on platforms like this is harder because like come to the news. Yeah.
How well did you think you knew him before that? Because I hear what you said. Because I think right now people have convinced him that he's really a politician and he's really about to be a politician. I think he's just doubling down on where he'll think he'll be most successful in politics.
That's crazy.
But also on top of that, I don't think nobody really, like, you may say he's your friend, but how well did you know Stephen A. Smith?
Friend would be strong, but it's more than just an industry acquaintance. He's looked out for me.
He's helped.
He's looked out for me in real ways that for me, I could never.
Is it possible that he could have looked out for you in a real genuine way, but then also still share those opinions and you were just never exposed to that?
Yeah, but again, my rule is, it's just like the friendship rule with interviewing your exes. And it's like if you're in this space for me, I'm not going to really go after you in public. Mm-hmm. But there has to be a point where I have to if the is too crazy. And I'm personally struggling with that right now.
If he's, I love this question. I absolutely love this question. If he's your friend, do his political views matter so much?
Yes.
Yes.
That's what I'm sorry.
But if he's your friend, why would you feel the need to go at him publicly?
Because of the damage that the public commentaries were. If you were saying that to me on the phone, I would be like, yo, let me tell you what nigga said. But when you have access to 50 million people and you're saying dangerous.
But you don't necessarily go after every dangerous.
Unfortunately, he does. I kind of do. That's the problem. but I get your point. But this one comes right to us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It would be like if I was best friends with Diddy and we up here and I just don't say nothing about it. Yeah, there's lots of people, but like he's in our world.
You're consistent. Like, if we speaking about you and yourself and what you should, I think you should 100% speak out because that's been your calling card from day one.
No, it's different. Like, somebody helped me and did something for me before and like that, I got a certain level of loyalty or a certain level of grace that I think that person should be awarded.
I totally get what Ish saying as far as the loyalty, especially with somebody, helped you out or whatever. And the thing about it is when you say that, that's really from your chest. It's not just Steve. It's whoever. If somebody's in your life, you're not going to negate the fact that person just being your friend, they helped you, right? But I feel like normally we don't judge our friends, our foes, our neighbors for who they vote for. Normally, you don't let that get involved in your business dealings or whatever. This is a different time. I feel like when you, align yourself with this MAGA as a black person, white person, whatever, you are, for me, like claiming how you feel about me. That's just how I feel about it. I feel like
that's interesting.
And the thing about me is I'm the same way. If I you a little bit, I don't really report on your crack jokes. They're not as vicious. They're like light. The first person makes me think of is Amber Rose. Amber Rose was always cool. That was
me too. That's a good point.
She tried to get me to do a podcast where when I first started my podcast, it didn't really make a lot of sense for me, but it still was like, oh, Amber Rose wants to do a podcast with me, right? And then she came out as this big Trump supporter and she's saying all this. And this is the proof. Before that, she went viral for saying, I'm mixed and I'm not black.
This conversation hits hard because it forces a real question nobody likes answering.
Now, normally I would tear somebody up for that, right? But I didn't. That was enough that I could just say, you know what, that's my girl.
This conversation hits hard because it forces us to confront a question that nobody really likes answering.
Normally I would tear somebody up for that, right? But I didn't. That was enough that I could just say, you know what, that's my girl.
That's a great example.
Yes, it is.
That's a great example.
But when she start with that Trump, I chewed that ball here bitch up.
And see, I didn't.
would do it tomorrow.
I let her live.
I didn't.
I criticized a little bit, but I let her live way more than I would anybody else.
No, I wouldn't because we was cool, and when we were cool, our relationship we was two black girls, so it's like it came out of nowhere. We was two fully black, and so it came out of nowhere for me, and I was offended by it. Now, sidebar, to hustling me, I'm asking on the street how much she made because I'm curious, like how much do it take to sell your out, like to sell out like that? That's my personal opinion, and it's like what I heard. The number I heard was like. Did my email, you know? But you know they ain't email me. So her, them. I don't give a. These days and times are different. All that sit up here, be cool, or not just here, everywhere, be cool. This is different. The stakes are higher. These is trying to get rid of us.
You're right.
This is a big deal. So you damn right, you're allowed to judge the. That's running with that, period.
Yep.
And with Stephen A. Smith, he's too much of a gigantor as a black man. Too many look up to him for somebody like you not to come out and say, that little $40 he loaned you. That was it. I don't want to.
No, that's a great point. You really got me with the Amber. I definitely let her ride.
That's perfect
I
example.
offered a very gentle criticism. Like, again, if people ask me on a show, I don't like duck it,
Shy away from it.
But I don't like lead on my shows with stories about her. You know what I mean? At the RNC or all that other shit. I've hit her offline, like, you know, I don't agree with this.
Yeah.
But it's
She ignore you.
Yeah, I mean, I know Amber since she was.
No, I'm saying I don't know if she replied to it.
Yeah, we talked about it, you know what I mean? And I asked her to come on my platform so we could talk about it, because that's different. If I have an honest, genuine, humble conversation with her, civil rather conversation with her, that's different than me being like, yo, what the f is up? Because I feel so strongly against the shit she's saying that I can't, it's hard to do a gentle pow if you're like, yo, what the f? It looks like you sold out.
On top of the fact that a lot of people sold out and they did it like the cleanest way you could sold out, where they did that one show. They did that one song open. The interviews talk about it. He might get on Twitter and say something. She go, I love what our president said about it. It's like,
might have been bigger than this.
maybe she really feel that way.
I think she might feel that way.
Marc Lamont Hill challenges Joe Budden to confront a deeper moral question about friendship, influence, and responsibility in a political moment shaped by Donald Trump's return to power. He argues that this is not merely a disagreement over policy or party, but a high-stakes environment where public commentary can cause real harm, especially when it comes from influential black voices. Marc pushes Joe to examine whether loyalty to friends should outweigh the duty to speak out when those friends promote ideas that contradict one's core values. He emphasizes that silence can function as complicity, particularly for someone with a massive platform who shapes how millions think and vote. While Joe wrestles with the idea of grace for people who have helped him personally, Marc insists that alignment with Trump signals something larger about how a person views power, community, and justice. In this era, political choices are not private preferences, but public declarations that directly impact vulnerable groups.